Hey, what's going on with you, everybody? I'm your man, Aaron Arnold.
And I'm Lindsay Arnold, and we are the owners of Powerhouse Couple for Life, a relationship mastery company located here in Indianapolis, Indiana. And we are so excited to be with you guys tonight. We definitely are excited about being able to bring jewels to people, about relationships and about love and about being the best you can be. And so we are here tonight just to share a little bit about being available to your mate,
Yeah,
being able for your mate to really come into reach with you. And these are the moments that you are able to really make a deeper connection, is when that you have a mate that really is listening, not so much as speaking, but at the moment in time that you have someone to call on that will listen to you. And this doesn't even just apply to relationships. In a state of you having a mate or a partner, but even just having a companion or a friend that is just listening to you, that it makes so much big of a difference. It does definitely help from a health standpoint as well, that you are able to really release anxieties and fears and doubts to somebody that it's on a personal or intimate level, that will help you from a health standpoint. There are lots of research done about relationships in regards to how the health is affected. Heart rates are increased, high blood pressure, and all those things because of people not being able to release or have a opportunity to just say, hey, can somebody just hear me out, just listen to me. I think even from a mental standpoint, you having all those thoughts, or you're going through a situation, thank you for tuning in,
yeah,
and that you're not able to release your thoughts about it, that it will affect your mindset of, maybe nobody wants to hear me, nobody really cares what I think. All of those things really do happen. And I think when we're in the mental health month, that we really are taking and paying attention to when people are talking, what they are truly saying, and what are those words that are
yeah,
on the in between what they are saying.
yeah.
Sometimes we come off from a negative standpoint. You definitely have to hear what's being said in between those negative words. And I know for us, we definitely try to detour from people that are negative, but it's absolutely imperative that you're doing that, but that you're being available, from a standpoint of just being able to turn to your mate or turn to somebody else and say, man, I'm listening to you.
Yeah,
If you want my advice, great. If you don't, I'm here to listen. And I truly can really relate to you. And even if you're giving those words of, man, I would have been, of empathy, and saying I would have been pissed off too, if someone came to me like that, or whatever it might be, but that you are truly tuning in to what those inner thoughts, those inner desires, those inner emotions are when it comes to your mate. You want to add?
no, you good.
What about
Yeah,
it? And I think being available. So I think a lot of times, and I know my husband expresses the fact that, he's like, just check on me sometimes, because I do look up to him to being this, all strong and powerful man that definitely leads our family. And he doesn't allow anything, he doesn't show it on the outside. And so he's like, yeah, I don't have anybody that calls to basically, sharpen me sometimes, sometimes enough. He's got those few friends, but thank you for tuning in. But
yeah.
he's
Thank you.
like, hey, I really just need you to say, how you doing, or what you're thinking about today. But those things are important
Yeah. So
to people in our relationship. So
absolutely, and man, can't emphasize it enough, because at this moment of, a lot of times people talk so much, but just to have somebody who's there and available just to listen for you. They ain't trying to critique you or anything like that. They ain't trying to tell you about what you did wrong, but really just being there and being available in a time where definitely even people are so involved, from family to social media, and sometimes people are just zonked out, and they just like, he's like, hey, are you paying attention to what I'm saying? Yeah, I heard you. Oh,
yeah,
so it's so important that we take time to really listen to each other for our mates, and like I said, just really just like, hey, just listen. No.
absolutely. Go ahead.
So, you know, that's that's so key. It's so vital in going forward from, the man perspective as well as the women as well. Not judging, not talking about, hey, you should have did this, not you should have did that, but really just listen and taking it in. And it's really a difference between having sympathy and empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Sympathy, oh, I feel sorry for you. No, nobody needs that kind of in their life. And what they really need is, what? I want you to really try to see it from my eyes, from my perspective, and to be in my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And when we really try to stand in each other's shoes in a relationship, then we can come together and have a more effect on each other because we really taking that time and that place of saying, what, I can feel where you come from. I can try to, I understand your past and your hurt or your pain and exactly how it affected you and where you coming from and where you really want to go with this and going forward. So
I think that's true, and definitely for us women, we need to be just heard out, not and because of we're emotional beings. We're more that nurturing person, and we're caring for people. We're pouring out. We're servicing our families, and so that we definitely have that opportunity to come and be with our mate, our best friends, to say, hey, I just really need to share this with you. I just really want to be heard, and that you are really tuning in. I wanted to say you made a good point about social media, but you really have to be careful with just electronics in general, because we are so hooked to them that you really are taking them off the table totally, that you really are putting them away when it comes to a conversation that you're wanting to have with your mate. Because guess what? Your attention is still slightly diverted, whether you have the phone in your hand or you have it sitting on the table. But they lots of research is done with our electronics and our tablets and these things that are being handheld, that our attention is still diverted. We're not
yeah,
fully in tune with that person that we may be talking to. And so you really do have to make yourself more aware of what's going on by definitely putting the phone away, somewhere off the table or whatever it is, or in another room while you are really having that conversation.
yeah.
uh
And one thing that we do definitely at dinner time is, what? Because we are on social media and things like that and working, that we had to have that time of the day to say, what, there's no electronics at dinner time. You know what I mean? Even though I sound like, for real, like, hey, I got not my videos. I can't watch my videos. No, not right now, son. I'm like, there's not a lot of families who even sit and take time together to eat and like that to really try to enjoy each other. Like I said, in the hustle and bustle every day, I'm like working on trying to really build that tradition and having that, like, man, you know what? We gonna have dinner time. So tell your friends or whatever, but that's starting early, starting them at a young age, starting them at 3, because like I said, when you go to a lot of homes or whatever, you like eat together. Man, I take my food and I skedaddle onto my room, or you go to a different place. But trying to work on making a tradition within your relationship or your marriage of a time you come together where you can laugh, you can talk to each other, ask each other how your day's going, and being right there. One thing I tell the wifey and tell the son as well. I said there will never be a time where I will put you guys on hold for anything, a job or a business or anything else. And there's a couple times where when I was working, they was like, no, you're gonna be here. I was like, hey, you know what? If it's gotta come between me and my son or me being there for my family, you know what? That probably will be my last day. But I handle my business on a day-to-day basis when I was working there, so I don't have to really worry about that. But like I said, if that's gonna be the deal breaker, whether I don't care if it's a multi-million-dollar deal, if my son or my wife call me at that time being and they need me, and that company don't want to do business with me, that company is probably not good for you. Why? Because if they're not gonna take time for you and your family right now. Then when your family really needs you or for something else, hey, it's going to be a problem. So
Mhm.
you need to set your standards with your job and with your business and anything that you're doing, so that they know, hey, you got this space in my life and in my heart. Because like I said, there's so much that takes away from us, so much that grabs our attention. There's so much that tells us we gotta do this and do that. You don't have to do anything. You make the choice for what you want to do, and you want to let your mate know. You want to let your son or your daughter know. Hey, no, when it comes to this, you got this place for in my life. You got this time in our life, so that when you grow up, you can always say, "Hey, daddy and mommy always made time for you." So, and also when a relationship, hey, there's never a moment where you say, "Man, you ain't never had no time for me." If that's the case, then somebody else who got the time for them, then you might be dealing with infidelity at that point. You know what I mean? Or that side man or side woman, because hey, you're not making yourself available. So
Absolutely. I think too, and as you started talking about children, you have to make yourself available for the children. I know one thing for us is that we noticed that for our son, even though he goes and plays with his friends and things like that, that he has to have that moment in the day to play with us. And it isn't so important as you being available to your children as well, because it does make a difference in how they perform. It does make a difference in how they will come to you later on. And especially, coming into their space, make it available, be available in their space. Definitely making sure that they are aware that yes, their space is safe. Their space is just as exciting as them coming into the living room or your bedroom, but that you want to be a part of their space, which is what they consider their own. And they have whatever creations they may have or toys that really excites them, but you coming into their space and you spending that 30 minutes or that hour with them, even if you're just sitting in there and you're just being available for them to bring things to you. Don't take your electronics in there, but really being interactive with them. And I know you have a short period of time that you're usually at the end of the day, but it is key in their relationships going forward that they can say, well, hey, I remember when mom or dad would come in our room and just be in our room and play with us or enjoy, just our comfort, but in our company, and not just, reading a story before bedtime, but truly make it a part of it, being available totally to your whole entire family. I definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight and those that are on replay. And I thank you guys for always tuning in. And I pray that we definitely pray that this does help you to further you on in your relationships and in love, and that you are able to maximize your life, because it is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. And so we definitely have to share the love. We definitely have to get understanding, and we definitely have to make our life what it's supposed to be, which is created and joy. Joy is what we have to bring. We have to shine our light. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in tonight. And that if you're definitely looking to maximize your life, definitely schedule a call with us so that we can help you in a breakthrough session, and that you be able to go to the next level in your relationship. Join us in our group, Next Level Relationship and Love Breakthrough. We definitely want to be able to share more tips and more things with you guys. And so we just thank you for tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys, take care. Love y'all.